My copy says it in English, man.
You got to understand that black Americans represent maybe the highest growth of Islam. They are converting to Islam in droves, but
Now, this is a very famous statement from him from what is known as the farewell sermon. This can be found in most of the hadith collections of Bukhari, Muslim, Ahmed, and various others. And they all record that he clearly said, all mankind is from Adam and Eve. And here he says an Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor does a non-Arab have superiority over an Arab. Also, a white has no superiority over black, nor the black has any superiority over a white, except by piety and good action, which
What did he say? You should follow your leader even if he
is an Ethiopian whose head looks like a raisin. Or black Ethiopian whose head looks like a raisin.
Now, obviously, this must be some horrible source that no Muslim trusts. What would be the source on that?
Bukhari and Muslim.
Sahih al-Bukhari,
The
Sahihain.
collections? The two Sahihain, it's found in both narrations.
Hold on, are you saying that in Islam's most trusted collections of ahadith, Muhammad calls black people raisin heads?
Right. Yeah.
But Sam, I didn't read that in my copy. It doesn't say that in English, does it?
Okay, lastly, they present this hadith, which many of them present and misuse or falsely quote. They present it to us as if the Prophet just made an off-the-hand comment and just said, oh yeah, black people are raising heads, stop, point blank, he didn't say anything else.
You saying that in Islam's most trusted collections of ahadith, Muhammad calls black people raisin heads?
Right.
Why do you guys ignore what the hadith says? The hadith says, listen and obey. Listen and obey your chief, even if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin were made your chief. This is against racism. Remember, his audience was mostly Arab, and yet he's telling them, obey your leader, even if he's an Ethiopian, which would be from a different country. If he wanted to say black people, there is a word for black man in Arabic, you know. It's Rajul Aswad, but he said Ethiopian. So this, how are you applying this to all black people? Number one, we're not, all black people don't come from Ethiopia. You know that, right? They knew that black people were from different parts of Africa. You know that, right? So how are you guys equating Ethiopian with all black people? We don't all, our ancestry all does not come from Ethiopia. So this argument is totally bogus. Plus, he's saying obey that leader. He's not saying disregard that leader or rebel. He's saying obey the leader, even if he's Ethiopian. You see? And it said that this thing about raisin head, they said what it meant was it's the hair. You know, some Africans, we have you know, tightly little small curls, and it looks like little raisins. So they said this is what this is referring to. It's not derogatory. It's not equivalent to the word nigger that the Christian Europeans placed upon black people. So how you guys present this case like this is just totally bogus. Again, the hadith is clear. If you want to say it's black people, still it's against racism. He's still saying obey the leader. Obey the leader, even if he's an Ethiopian, or if you want to say even if it's a black man. But again, he's very specific. He says Ethiopian. But this could be applied to show that even if a black man becomes the leader, that the Muslims are to obey him. No racism. You obey him no matter what. It's clear. Very clear.
I was told there was no racism in Islam.
I would contend that Islam is not a racist religion. It has never had the manifestations of racism that you find inherent in Western civilization. That's a fact. There's tribalism in the Muslim world, but I've never heard a Muslim ever say that a white man is superior to a black man or an Arab is superior to a non-Arab. We've never heard that. There might be attitudes that indicate that there's misconceptions, but nobody would articulate that because they know it's against a fundamental principle of Islam.